NBA Twitter is a place where no man should express their opinions, nor should you just be on or be at in general. NBA Twitter is a place where people, grown men, talk about other players' auras. I'm not trolling. So yesterday or about 2 days ago, it was the NBA 2023 NBA Media Day. And as an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, listen, I'm so excited for the season. But I have to just show you guys some other things, or show you guys this tweet right here, and kind of just talk about NBA Twitter in general. So this guy named Duffalo made a post about SGA. Now SGA is our OKC Thunder's franchise player, and he says he's just so smiley. Oh Shay. And then down the comments, somebody put the pride flag, and this guy responds saying, "Gay for Shay." Like, all right, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I mean with NBA Twitter, where people talk about how the players look and auras over their actual basketball skill and what they bring to the table. See, NFL Twitter actually talks about each player, talks about, okay, this player is breaking out, and oh, just look at this play concept and look at these linebackers crash. Like, NFL Twitter is more analytical than NBA Twitter, because NBA Twitter, they don't talk, they rarely, okay, I'm not saying all NBA Twitter is like this, where they talk about, oh, like the players' auras and how they look, but most of it is. And I respect all those NBA Twitters out there that talk about the game in general. Okay, look at this pick and roll screen, this pick and roll, like this and that. Like, I like when they talk about stuff like that, because I like the game. I like sports. I like basketball and football. Those are my two favorite sports, and it sucks to see NBA Twitter filled with grown men, maybe kids, talking about other players' auras, and oh, just because a player got a haircut, he is now auraless. So Victor Wembanyama, one of the biggest prospects, the number one overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft, cut his hair off. He usually had like kind of long hair, but he decided to cut off. And with him doing that, people were saying that he has no more aura. Like, what? What are you talking about, aura? Why are you talking about how grown men look in basketball? Why not talk about their basketball skills and what they bring to the table? Why not talk about that? Why are you sitting here online on Twitter talking about auras? And the funny thing is that it's always the people with no profile picture, or anons, as they say, anonymous people, talking about different auras and stuff. Now, I don't really care if you don't want to show your face on Twitter. Like, I honestly could really care less. Personally, for me, I do. You should definitely go follow my Twitter, by the way. But my goodness, man, can we just cut off, I'm speaking to NBA Twitter here, can we just cut off the auras and cut off the, oh, look at this player's aura, or, oh, you know what I mean? Like, talking about, oh, look at SGA, so good, and he looks so good. Like, that's kind of weird. I'm not going to lie with you. That is weird. Now, I'm not saying you can't say, oh, yeah, the player looks nice in a jersey. Like, for example, SGA and all the Thunder players, they look nice in the uniforms, Like, yeah, they're ready to go to work, ready to go to town, make the playoffs, you know what I mean? But when you say they have aura, or when you make posts like this, oh, he is so smiley, like, come on, man. Like, I get it. You're trying to grow your Twitter and you're trying to troll here, but you don't have to do this. This is not how you do it. Or, I mean, I guess it worked, because this post that I showed you guys earlier has over 241,000 views and 300 likes, man. But there has been many worse things said on NBA Twitter. I'm just specifically talking about aura. There is people talking about Stephen Curry's daughter, and you guys know what I mean when talking about Stephen Curry's daughter. There is people online sending death threats to NFL players and stuff. Now, death threats to pro players is kind of common, which is kind of sad. That honestly needs to stop. If you're out here, listen, if you're watching this video and if you're out here sending death threats to NBA players, to NFL players, like, why are you sending death threats to players? They're human just like us. There's no difference between me and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, or me and, I don't know, Brock Purdy, I guess. Like, we're human beings at the end of the day. So I just think that NBA Twitter is very weird, and how they evolve their entire lives over one NBA player having fan pages. Now, I once was a kid, so I understand maybe as a kid, like 10 years old, 9 years old, being a fan of a player. But when you're over the age of like 15, 16 to like 18, bro, and especially if you're over 20, making pages about a specific player, we're going too far there. Now, Russell Westbrook, point guard for the Los Angeles Clippers, is my favorite basketball player of all time. He is. I'm a Thunder fan, and he has been with the Thunder forever. He is the best player to ever put on an OKC Thunder uniform. Yes, better than Kevin Durant. I have said it. And to the Thunder fans or to the NBA fans, listen, it's just my opinion. Since Russell Westbrook is my favorite NBA player, I don't go on Twitter making posts of every single thing Russell Westbrook does and talk about how he looks and auras and oh my gosh, Russell Westbrook looks so smiley and his new Los Angeles Clippers media day. Like, I don't be doing that, and I get it. There are some pages that talk about a specific player, and I have nothing with that. If you want to make a full page breaking down somebody's game, and if you want to make a full page talking about how great this player is, listen, I'm all here for it. But when you talk about how they look and kind of their, well, not necessarily their actions, but more specifically about how they look and auras and stuff, like, bro, come on, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just too far. You should be spending your time, instead of obsessing over every single thing that player does, or if you have a player fan page and you're out here saying, oh, look at SGA, or I'm just gonna use Russell Westbrook for example. Oh, Russell Westbrook had a kid, and look at Russell Westbrook's kid, and this and that. Like, that's weirdo stuff right there. It's weirdo activity. You shouldn't be obsessed over these sports players. That's kind of my message with this video. You shouldn't be obsessed over them, and instead you should be obsessed with yourself. You only have yourself in this world. Instead of making an entire page being obsessed with a specific sports player, like, if you want to be obsessed over a specific sports team and make a page on that, then go do your thing. But if you're on here with a specific sports player talking about how they look and what they do off the court, you are weird. Simple as that. Focus on talking about what they do on the court and what they bring to a basketball team. Let's say if I wanted to start a Russell Westbrook fan page because he's my favorite player ever, or you know what, let's just use Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, just like I showed you guys earlier with that tweet. Let's just use SGA for this video. If I wanted to start an SGA fan page, I wouldn't be talking about what he's doing off the court. I want to be talking about his new Instagram post, because SGA, every time he drops an Instagram a picture, he always has like a pretty cool caption, you know what I mean? So people are eating that up, posting that everywhere. I wouldn't be doing that. I would be talking about, this is SGA's performance last 3 years, bang, and this is why he's so good, or this is SGA in the playing game versus the Pelicans, just good. Like, I would be talking about that, and I'll be talking about predict SGA stat line for the season. Like, that right there is quality content. I would follow your page if you talk about stuff like that, because that's something I'm interested in. Like, oh, I forgot SGA did this and this. Like, you know what I mean? That's valuable information. It just comes to a point where NBA Twitter needs to focus more about stats, statistics, and the players play on the court. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't, like, you should look at these players like robots. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that focus more on stats and information. You know what I mean? Just like how NFL Twitter is. There are many, many great NFL pages that talk about different stats, statistics, plays, and breaking down things. We need more of that in NBA basketball or in NBA Twitter. We need more of that, instead of talking about auras and trolling, quote unquote, trolling all the time, and talking about players' kids and stuff, bro. Like, when I seen people talk about Stephen Curry's daughter, I knew that NBA Twitter was a place of weirdos. It's honestly a place of weirdos, to be honest, but I digress, man. Listen, you do what you want at the end of the day, you know, like, it's your life. But man, some of these players, some of these people on Twitter, I could just only imagine how the players feel. Like, imagine somebody making a whole fan page off of you and just talking about how you look, about your family. Like, think about how weird that would be. Wouldn't that be weird, guys? Like, imagine you're just eating at like your local restaurant, right? You walk outside, freaking someone takes a video of you, and then you see one of these fan pages talking about, oh, look how cute, let's just use me for example, oh, look at how cute GoModeDaniel looks right here. You would be weirded out. I'd be like, what are you talking? I'm like, I'm just trying to eat dinner. Why are you taking pictures of me? You get what I'm saying? Like, if I saw somebody famous outside, yeah, I would obviously ask for a picture and take a picture, but I wouldn't be saying, oh, look how cute he looks or something like that. Like, no, man. Like, listen, if you swing that way, you swing that way. But for me, I just don't. So that's all I really have for you guys today, talking about NBA Twitter. It's a weird place. It's definitely a weird place, but, I mean, what can I really do? You know what I mean? So, hopefully NBA Twitter becomes a better place, and instead of talking about how players look and their auras, we can actually talk about their game and what they could work on and stats and stuff. That'll be definitely more interesting. I will probably follow more NBA pages if they were like that. I mostly follow NFL pages on Twitter. You should definitely follow my Twitter, as I was saying earlier. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, of course, drop a like, subscribe, it's in your boy Daniel, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys later.